Do you want to do one or two sentences about Rochester's culture? Or is there anything?
Well, I think at least for Rochester, for a city its size, the size that we are, we really do have a strong and diverse cultural base. That's not to say that there can't be improvements, but again, for a city of roughly 100,000 people, if you look for it, you can find things to do.
Right.
You know, cultural, arts-related things to do.
Do you think there's a good representation of the different ethnic groups here, the different cultures?
I think that they are here, but perhaps not as prevalent as they could be. In a community like my hometown, for example, Madison, Wisconsin, people coming in from all over the university, and there was a very strong push to represent the different ethnic groups. Or there was a lot of blending of the ethnic groups, so perhaps a group here, a group here, a group there wasn't as necessary as the fact that they are all over the place.
Right.
For example, ethnic restaurants here in Rochester, I think we could have more, and that would be a good gateway into what a particular culture was all about.
Right. Right. What do you plan on doing this evening in Rochester, or this weekend?
Well, I'm going to a Rochester Symphony concert tonight. I'm going to have a bluegrass band tomorrow. There's a lot of music. I mean, at least that's what I do. A lot of music choices in Rochester. So tonight it's a symphony focusing on Latin music.
Wow. Ooh, we like that. All right. One sentence that describes you in Rochester.
Well, I think for me, I am a community volunteer and I am a strong arts advocate. So I'm connected to the community in those two ways.
Okay. What person most influenced you in Rochester?
I don't know. That's really tough. I had an answer that was given to me that it was the Mayo brothers. But I think if you extrapolate that a little bit, I'm very interested in the history of Rochester. So some of the historical aspects perhaps have had a lot of influence on me getting involved in some of those organizations, including the History Center, Mayo Wood, and the Convention Bureau.
If you had 4 hours to do anything you wanted within Rochester, what would you do? Who would you go with, if anyone? Be specific.
If I could do anything, I would find a classical music concert. Maybe go out to dinner first, but spend the time at the concert. That's always been a family activity for us. So first and foremost, it would be members of the family. A full 4 hours would be a great concert. You know, would it be an opera? Would it be? But it would probably be classical music. So, with my family. No, that's what I would do.
Right.
That's what I would do.
All right. And what do you do for fun in Rochester? Who do you usually do them with? That's kind of what you do.
That's kind of what we usually do. Family activities first. Cultural or music related. I do Zumba. I mean, I do that for fun. Mostly, it's arts related. Music and arts.
Okay. Kind of located more like around the Civic Center, like that area, or?
Well, I would say probably yes, a majority of them are there because that's where the performance venues are. We have seen concerts in almost every church in Rochester. We see quite a bit at Assisi Heights. We have been out to the event center. It just depends on the organization. More often than not, it's not at the Civic Center for a particular organization. Choral Arts Ensemble, for example, performs at Assisi Heights and at churches. Lyra Baroque is at a church. We see the Riverside concerts, of course, they're at the Civic Center. We do go out of town to see things, too. Depends on what it is, and depends on if it's available here. If it's available here, I'll do it. If it's not, I'll do it somewhere else.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Sure.